Welcome back, guys. Um, we're comics, and we're back with you for another week. Who do we have here today?
What's going on, everybody? It's Esteban.
Hi, I'm Andres.
Hello, this is Luis.
I kind of heard hooty hoo. Hooty hooty who we have here today. My name is Ash. Hooty hoo.
Oh, I love you, Ash. So there's a lot of news to discuss today, but before we get into that, we usually, as you guys know, have the drink of the week, and this time is Ash's turn to feature his drink. What are you drinking tonight?
Here's the thing about this. One, I apparently got this Ojo de Tigre. It was good. It is good. What had happened was on Monday, I started here.
Oh, shit.
And this is where I'm at. So sorry, boss. On Tuesday, when I showed up 17 minutes late, it was because of this. It was very good. And I didn't cry or nothing. I didn't confess any love. I didn't drunk text. It was here's the thing though too is it was very smooth. It's very smooth, but there's that of aftertaste that grows like, oh, it's good. I don't even, and then it just kind of, you know what I mean? And then
What type of liquor is Ojo de Tigre?
I thought it was tequila. I think it's tequila.
Okay.
I think it's tequila. Yeah. Agave tequila, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here's what the one, because I never have anything interesting. Our friend Vanessa hooked me up with this. Fuck, it's the light. Sorry. It's the first time having it. I'm gonna butcher the name. Grolsch. Fuck, I'm sorry. Grolsch. That's not even better. Grolsch for comics and cocktails. We should probably edit that out so that I don't like butcher that name. Grolsch. It's a premium Pilsner beer, and nobody helps me because it's like fucking.
It's Grolsch. You got it.
Thank you.
Sorry. I don't have you on screen. I had to move it over. Yeah, you're drinking Grolsch Lager.
I am.
No,
okay.
It's Grolsch.
I was trying to use it. It's not for me.
It's skunky because it's a green bottle. The same kind of taste you get from like Heineken.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you get that skunkiness?
Like right when you said that, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
The color of the bottle affects the beer.
The amount of light that goes through.
Yep.
That's why most bottles are darker.
Hold on. Everybody knows this?
Yeah, man. It's science.
It's
That's
science.
why
I'm here to get drunk. I ain't here to do no goddamn science experiments. Like Andres says it, and it's blowing my mind. And then I see Carmen and Esteban be like, "Yeah, well, everybody knows that." Like, well, fuck me. Like,
Hey, now that you say that,
So we're the assholes, huh?
no, I mean, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, I had no idea.
It's not a chaser beer. It's very much, if you're drinking that, you're drinking this. Like I tried to chase it. It's not.
Well,
my
for the
Corona
record,
like I usually have.
Not everybody uses beer as a chaser. Usually people use lime or they use juice. You, my friend,
you have the most generic shirt I've seen in my life. It's like comedy, not like Bill Burr, Tom Segura. It's just all of comedy.
I am a fan of. Bam. Yeah, no, it's only an alcoholic such as yourself, sir, that drinks hard alcohol and you chase it with beer. Like, you say it so casually at this point, like, this isn't really a chaser, this is more of a sit down. Like, motherfucker, nobody chases their alcohol with beer, just yourself.
Well, I think in the alcohol world, you're more of a wuss if you chase it, but I just can't take the aftertaste of this.
No, I know. It seems like you use Corona to sober up, which is funny.
Yeah. Just sober up.
Yeah.
Corona?
Yeah.
Fuck that. I got to go to work tomorrow.
No, I'm sipping this Corona. I need to hydrate, motherfucker. Yeah.
I'm a drop head. But yeah, both are good. not for me. This is really good, and clearly I had a great Monday night, but yeah, it seems like
you drank the whole amount on Monday night?
yeah.
What you told us? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's not a cry for help. It was like throughout the whole night. But yeah, it was a bad Tuesday. And I had to drive all the way to Brea. So it was like a bad Tuesday. So, but I liked it.
Got it.
It's a good,
well, thank you for that.
Sorry. Andreas, I know you corrected me. And I do realize I cut you off, Carmen. I do apologize. What is a good tequila that's kind of like, I'm not going to break the bank because, clearly that's how much I drink. So I brought Jose Cuervo once and you almost ripped me apart. So
It's just because it's gross. I'm trying to help you.
But what's like a good like barbecue? Everybody.
There is this good TikTok I follow, and the guy does like nothing but like his whole thing is tequilas, and he hates like the higher price stuff because it has like additives, or you're paying for a fancy bottle, so it comes out to $150. So it'll show you like price tiers of like really good tequila. So I have to go through his stuff to because I don't have any in memory. I know it's like a decent price one is Tres Generaciones. That is like my favorite, like easy to find brand. So that would be my go-to. And I like the reposado, but a lot of people don't. So if you like the silver, they would have.
Do you know the TikTok offhand?
I don't have it all shared in the group. And then if you all like, we could share it on a post.
You got it.
Good.
Casamigos is really good. I mean, it's like a, like over the counter, kind of not over the counter. That's like the
dude,
term.
Prescription for Casamigos.
the dude hates any like celebrity endorsed or celebrity tequilas.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. But yeah, Casamigos isn't bad. Oh, he hates the rocks.
Versions of it, but just the silver, I think I have.
Bro, no, because the rock, the Terramana one is disgusting. Yeah. It's gross, and I ended up buying.
Dislikes it.
Yeah, I ended up buying the reposado one, and even still, that was disgusting. As my sister says, it's disgusting. It's nasty, dude. And like I was reading a few like articles about it, about what people were saying. They're like, oh, it's better if it's cold. Like, no, Dick. Like if it's good tequila, it's good either room temperature or cold. It doesn't matter.
Like I don't need my bottle of tequila to come with a caveat of like the only when it's cold is good. It's like it should be good.
It should be good all the time, regardless on the temperature of the bottle. Like that's ridiculous.
Well, we will find you a tequila, and then you can tell us about it next time, Ash.
Taste test.
Yes.
What do you think about the 10th tequila? This is great.
I'm on 10.
And here's number 11. Keep drinking.
I remember that.
Last week, Ash, also it was your show, and you gave a recommendation of something to watch.
I do believe that was to Andreas for Sucker Punch.
Yes. And I have not been able to get to watch it. It's been a hectic week, but I have free time tomorrow since it's my day off, and I will do a special cut in that we could clip in, and I'll send it to the group.
So,
hey, Luis, did you watch the one that I recommended to you?
No, because I'm a horrible human being. I'm sorry.
He was laughing when I heard the recommendation. I was like,
I saw his face. I saw his face. He was just like,
why do I suck? Why are you friends with me?
Because you're an amazing person. That's why.
But I didn't watch your recommendation, so I too will be watching this. Get back to you.
All right. Well, on that note, I will give my recommendation. It's not going to be to either one of you because you have homework already. So
fantastic.
It's gonna go to a 7, and hopefully a 7. You have not watched this film.
My
It's
second
the
recommendation ever. Yes.
Have they always been for me? I feel like they have.
I think Andres and I are the only ones that really don't get recommendations. Not saying it because like I'm crying about it or anything like that, but I think it's just that we watch so much. So
I've
To be
gotten
fair,
two.
I
to be
hate
fair,
that
I did
haven't
give
seen
you
it.
a recommendation.
I wanted to say, I'm like, this motherfucker never even watches them, but then I also didn't watch it either. So
oh my bad. So this is my third one then. My third recommendation.
You know, we're like
God.
at fucking what 73 shows. How's a recommendation? How? Okay, maybe Carmen gets them all, huh?
I think Carmen does get them all.
Yeah, because I haven't watched a lot of things, which I appreciate to be educated. So
Yeah,
it's all
because
good.
the first one that I got was Succession from Carmen, and then Andres gave
Mhm.
me Kingdom of Heaven, the director's cut. So then now I'm excited. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is
fucker,
it?
I gave you Nate Bargatze.
Oh, that's right. Oh, this is 4.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I only got two.
I've only gotten 3 that matter.
Well, the only reason why they
Pause
matter
right here,
is
you can
because
see
you
where his
don't
heart
watch the
breaks.
shit that I send you, man.
I have a
Oh,
feeling
oh.
that this is the second time that Luis hasn't seen something that Esteban has
It
recommended for
is
Luis.
because he
Okay,
didn't see.
hold on.
He
No,
didn't
it is not.
see.
Wait, which one?
Luis
I
was
saw
like, "Can
Lights
you
Out.
please not talk
I saw
about
the whole
it?"
I saw the whole season of Lights Out.
What
There
about
was
Prophecy?
one that you owed
How
for
long
like
did
a
how long
month
did
and
it
a
fucking
half.
take you to watch The Prophecy?
Oh, that took me like 3 weeks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, good.
That's fair.
It was a month and a half.
All right. Well, you know, first you make a mistake, then first time shame on you, and then or shame on me.
All right.
Second
All
time,
right,
Wow.
shame
President
on both of
Bush,
us.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, even he got through that way better than you did.
I know, right?
You're not gonna fool me again.
But I'm the asshole. Fuck me, right?
All right. Sorry. Recommendation. Continue. Take your show back.
I hope that you have not watched the following movie. It's on Netflix, The Power of the Dog.
I have not.
Bill
Is
Burr's
that
in that.
the Benedict Cumberbatch one?
Yes, it is.
Ooh, I have not seen that one.
It's a really good film for the rest of the cast. If you have time and want to watch it, I 100% recommend it. It's nominated for a lot of Academy Awards, and that's what caught my attention on watching it. It's really, really good. It's heavy as far as like the masculinity subject and like how it portrays men and how they deal with masculinity. So it's a really good movie in regards to that. So I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it and like what your takeaway is, and then we can discuss.
I'm down. Power of the Dog.
So yes. And also for you listeners, as part of our show, we always like to invite you to comment and participate and give us recommendations if you have any, or any feedback on any of the topics that we talk about. So for those, Luis is going to help us out to see what comments we have gotten for the past episodes.
Yes, I will. So yeah, just like Carmen said, this is the part of the show where we like to highlight the comments that we're getting on anything read at the top of the show to let you be a part of the conversation. If there's anything that you want to discuss or a conversation you want us to get started, leave us a comment and we will read it on the following episode. So that being said, we have a comment that was that we got from Mickey Mosky. And this is a comment on a parody video that we made. We redid the trailer of Batman vs Superman, and I know it's never gonna die, guys. And it is a parody video of Batman vs Superman, except we throw in romantic music, making it look like it's a love movie when it's actually them fighting each other. And so Mickey Mosky commented, "OMG, Superman found his rich papa."
He found his sugar daddy.
And that's actually it's pretty funny. So, and yes, Mickey Mosky, you are absolutely right. They did do that, and thank you for tuning in to the podcast.
That's
awesome. And also recent subscriber, we're up to 92.
92.
And then we got another comment from Heavyweight for episode 72. I was listening to the radio. They they committed on the Batman movie. They said that there was a poll of who is the best Batman. The results were Ben Affleck. Do you disagree or agree with the results? FYI, I was unable to find the poll. Okay. Carmen, it's your show. I'll let you take that first. The poll on this supposed radio station is who is the best Batman, and the results came in that Affleck was the best Batman. Kick us off.
I think I have expressed my thoughts on this before, which Ben Affleck was not a favorite Batman of mine, so I would not agree with the poll. What about you guys?
Well, who would you disagree, agree, and then if you disagree, who?
Oh, got it. So because I'm disagreeing, it would be, oh my gosh, why do I always forget his fucking name?
Christian Bale.
Yes, Christian Bale. He would be my favorite Batman. Yeah. I was thinking about the recent film, but yes, Christian Bale still. Esteban, how about you?
I'm gonna say
George Clooney.
no. Fuck that guy. Him and his tequila.
Got one
So
too?
what's that?
He's got one too?
Yeah.
It's the Casamigos was
That's the
his. He sold
Casamigos.
it.
Oh shit, my
Yeah,
bad.
he sold it. Yeah, he sold it. So it's like I kind of want to lean more towards nostalgia and kind of say Michael Keaton, only because he was like my first Batman, and then I saw the Adam West ones afterwards, because my grandma would watch them to kind of like learn a little bit of English and stuff like that. So I will say that I think the perfect combo as Bruce Wayne Batman is Christian Bale, but I would say that best Batman is Michael Keaton. So I don't think Michael Keaton played a very good Bruce Wayne. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Ash, what about you?
Keaton, all the way, but I think they've all played here's what I'm gonna be the most PC I've ever been, probably, but everybody has been the perfect Batman for the movie type that person did. Fucking Keaton in fucking going against Jim Carrey and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, clearly you saw this wasn't for you, blah, blah, blah. Like, even though Val Kilmer he tried, he did a decent job, but like, again, the overall, like, I'm explained as a bat. Like, you can only do the best you can. Because, like, I don't think anything other than, for myself, anything other than From Dusk Till Dawn, for me, George Clooney is just always playing George Clooney, other than Dusk Till Dawn. And I think that's just because of the writing, and it made him not be George Clooney. He still had the weird twitches, but like I was great on Adam West when I was a kid, and it was like nobody took it serious, and then fucking Batman came out, and that was the first person to take it serious, and then it was over. It was over for me. Like, it's just such sentimental. The same thing with Spider-Man. Like, I love Andrew Garfield, but like somebody again took it serious. I don't know why I make it such a fucking hard thing, but what kind of really opened my eyes were a lot of people, no matter what everybody's saying, is like, Twilight's never going to be my Batman. Okay, cool, bro. So you're not going to see this fucking movie because of one person. And then all of a sudden, fucking in a year or whenever it starts streaming, and you're fucking all over the place. Like, yeah, bro, remember you said you weren't ever going to see it? Like, so that's what everybody was talking about. That's how I felt with like Succession. I was kind of like, oh, okay, cool, bro. Yeah. And then now, like, fucking I'm yelling at the TV because it's such a great fucking movie. But anyway, and that's kind of what opened my eyes to, like, well, Clooney wasn't horrible. I mean, that it was a fucking horrible high freeze on Batman. But I mean, at the same time, it was not taken serious. So why waste a Christian Bale, a fucking method actor, on that? but yeah, Keaton all the way. I will say, action-wise, I think Batfleck has been the most Batman. I feel like Arkham City when you're watching Batfleck, as opposed to kind of even up to today, like other way it's block punch, and blah blah blah. But Batfleck was the jump over you, break your fucking head on a box. Like that's been the most Batman so far as that. But that's what kind of opened my eyes to. They were the perfect Batman for that movie. I don't know who else got Luis.
You said it well, as far as the different.
He said a lot. He sure did.
The different Batman were good for their universes that they established. Like I love what they did with Affleck. Is he the best? Would I call him the best Batman? I can't. But yeah, like the Arkham City, like that was very comic booky, while Christian Bale felt more grounded as like the whole Batman thing, and I really enjoyed that feeling. To quote you, they're taking it seriously. So I'm gonna go Christian Bale just based off of that. That felt like it took it serious. Like it felt like this is something that can actually happen, which obviously it can't, but it made it feel grounded enough that it can actually happen. Andres?
Andres?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I guess it's going to be Christian Bale, even though I wanted to be different than everybody else and say like Val Kilmer or something. But I do not. I wouldn't rank Ben Affleck as my favorite, but like Luis said, I did enjoy him very much. His portrayal as Batman, his movies were written like whatever. Like I love Henry Cavill as Superman, even though he was written terribly. I don't blame even Brandon Routh. I don't blame those movies on his portrayal. I would have loved to see more out of both of them, which I would have loved to see more of Ben Affleck. It's just he was bogged down by a bunch of bullshit, and like literally every movie's come out in his Batman. So I don't. He wouldn't be the first one I would say is my favorite. I would have loved to see more from him and maybe get his own shit and see them develop something that way. Mine, it's going to be Christian Bale just because it was like Keaton still had some jokey quality to it, and maybe depending on the time of your life where you're maybe in the mood for more slapstick with your action adventure, and that's acceptable. And maybe when you grow older, you see things differently, and that's not what you're looking for. And maybe in my time, I guess I was ready for a little bit more serious take on Batman. So that's why maybe I like it more. But I'm sure it's been a while since I've watched the original Batman with Michael Keaton and the second one. So maybe if I would watch it, I would fall back in love with his portrayal as it. But yeah, since it's fresh in mind, I'm going to go ahead and say Christian Bale.
Perfect.
I'm trying hard to shut up.
And that
concludes.
It's okay. And that concludes our comments.
So that part, fucking, where Deadshot versus Batman, that's such a strong scene because like, I don't want to hurt you in front of this kid because that's pretty much fucking what happened to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that could have been done. I feel like it was done really well, but I'm talking about Suicide Squad 1.
Yeah.
Just like little nuances and little fucking nuggets. I feel like Ben Affleck, his Batman probably would have been Argo, the town. Like probably would have been okay. Good. Great. Sorry, Carmen, go ahead.
Sorry to add on to what you were saying since you went there. I think his like fighting style was more not so much martial arts, but like aggressive brawler. I'm gonna fuck you up and hurt you to put you out of the way so I can go do what I gotta do. But it still had like Batman's ethos, especially on that scene where it's like, I'm not gonna fucking kill this dude or hurt this dude in front of his son because he knows specifically where it's gonna lead.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So
Since we are on the topic of Batman, so would you like to have seen William Dafoe as Joker?
At what age?
Well, not now, so probably maybe younger. Let's say like he was in his late 30s, probably.
Yeah, if I see him a little bit more
Like Apocalypse
limber,
Now,
I
William
guess.
Dafoe?
So in the fucking 70s, like late 70s, or William Dafoe.
Sure, but if it was now, like let's say take him from that period to now, would we like to see that? Or do we?
If you
I
get
mean,
William
he's a good
Dafoe's,
character actor, right? So maybe. Go ahead, Andres. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, it's okay. I was cutting you off. I was gonna say if you got the William Dafoe from the Amazing Spider-Man, as when he played the Green Goblin.
The Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Luis, any thoughts? Ash?
I think that he played Green Goblin better now than he did in Spider-Man 1.
Really?
It was a little bit more grounded. It was a little bit more, there was a lot more story that was in. I had nothing to do with it. Like there was less cheesy lines. There was still kind of, they made the best of what they had and they made it great because they made those lines make sense. But when you had such a great movie and you have him being the main villain and you didn't concentrate so much on him, like he was a great villain. And then like even during that, spoiler alert, the turn, like it was, I don't know, it was a lot better than, you know, don't tell Harry. Like there was a lot, it was a lot better. It was a lot, the lines were better. And I think that kind of Joker written by a very good person, like fuck, he could play it now and it would be like a Batman Beyond Joker. You know what I mean? That could be cool.
Yeah.
I think just somebody saw that picture and put the fucking Joker makeup on it and somebody wants to see it so bad that the idea is better than the outcome.
Understood. Luis, any thoughts?
Do I want to see it? Not particularly, but if he got casted as it, I think he would do an amazing job. Like he's such a good actor that it would be like, it'd be interesting to see him throw himself at that role. But I'm not like, oh my god, this would be great. Like that's not really a thought of mine. I'm also kind of I'm okay with the Joker. Like let's leave him alone for a bit. Like I feel like he's gotten a lot of attention and he is a great villain, but there's a much bigger rogue gallery in the Batman universe. So I'm like, I understand the excitement over it, you know, the Prince of Crime, but like, let's give it some time. Let's go somewhere else. Let's check out Scarface. Let's check out Calendar Man. Let's check out some of these other Clayface. Oh, like some other like cool shit.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I think we've gotten a lot of Batman stories featuring Joker, or even like you said, and Joker projects on their own. So I think I agree with you as well. Let's see other villains or their arsenal of a lot of rogues that could be featured, right? And then I think that's probably what's going to happen with the Arkham show that's going to be on HBO. So I mean, looking forward to that. Seems like it's going to be very reminiscent of Batman the animation show, so the animated show. So I'm looking forward to that because I quite enjoy that. But in other news,
Carmen,
who saw the
was the guy in Batman Tim Drake in Titans?
Yes.
It was, right? Okay. I
Yes, it
saw
was.
him and I was like, it's not Linked Worlds, it's just happened to be cast kind of thing, right? So,
I think
okay.
it happened to be cast, yeah.
It
I
was
don't think
just
it's
fresh in my
linking
brain
anything.
right when you said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did a double take when he showed up on the screen. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, I don't think there was anything behind that. Yeah. But any of us see the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer? Okay, let's talk about it. Give me your initial thoughts, Andres.
So just because it was an Obi-Wan Kenobi show I was going to watch, he is my favorite character in the Star Wars universe. So I was already in, and I've especially loved, now I'm blanking on his Ewan McGregor's portrayal. So I was already looking forward to it, and Hayden Christensen coming back. But that trailer was incredible. As soon as you see Obi-Wan, it's like, oh shit. It like brought nostalgia back to me. So anything going forward with that, I'm like all about it, and I can't wait. So now I'm counting down for it.
Counting down till May 25th when it comes out. Sweet. Luis, your thoughts?
It looks really good. There is a certain love in my heart for a good trailer. And it's like once the show comes out, we talked about this like 3 episodes ago. Like, what's that trailer that you still think of? I think one of me and Andres agreed on the Punisher trailer with the Metallica playing with it, when it's revealing. In this trailer, the Duel of the Fates playing, like, oh my god, it's talk about nostalgia. Like, it just immediately tugged on my heartstrings, and it's like, like there's so much here, like there's so much, and yet so much has not been revealed. Like, such a beautifully pieced together trailer of, we're gonna show you shit you probably knew was gonna be in it. Like, you see little Luke, and you see him Duel the Fates, and then he's trying to stay like low key or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited.
S7.
As soon as that Lucas films, logo came on and the Duel of Fates choir just started, I'm just like, yes, bitch, let's fucking do this. Like, I was excited. I was so excited. And there's a lot of things that I saw that I'm really excited for. I'm overall, I mean, Book of Boba Fett missed on a few things, but it doesn't. I don't think it takes away from the show. And again, still feel that Star Wars has done no wrong thus far as the content that's showing up on Disney Plus. So there's that. I'm super excited for it. There's a lot of things that I saw, and I'm like, wait, is that what I think it is? I love the fact that we see the Inquisitors in there. I was so fucking stoked when I saw that. I was so excited. And just I haven't played Fallen Order yet, but there's certain things in the trailer that hints to Fallen Order, to the video game Fallen Order. There was a shot in there where you see a blaster, and it legit looks like Han Solo's blaster, because apparently they're saying that the Obi-Wan series is supposed to take place a year after Solo. So is it possible that we're probably going to see, Han Solo? Maybe, maybe not, so we'll see what happens. The one thing that I'm very, and I'm going to sound like a dad right now, and I don't give a shit. The one thing that I'm super disappointed about is everyone like already bashing the trailer. Like, it's just like, what the fuck do you guys want? Like, everyone that's just already hating on the trailer, like the Star Wars fans that are trying to compare the live action characters to the animated characters that showed up on Rebels and in the Clone Wars and stuff like that. Like, I'm just like, you guys can't fucking be happy, can you? Like, you can't. You bitch and complained about Cad Bane, how he doesn't look like Cad Bane, in the end. Do you guys not realize what fucking Count Dooku looked like with the elongated face and all? It's just like, come on, like, you're taking something that's been animated or the animators took some liberties to the characters, and now we're getting live action. It's like, you can't be fucking happy. Like, I think that's the one thing that I'm super annoyed about, is like, when I'm scrolling through social media, I see people doing the artist rendition of what they should look like, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, you can't be happy. Like, they cast these amazing actors to play in these roles, and they don't look just like the animated series. Fuck off, dude. But I'm super excited about it. I know May's going to be extremely busy because it's May 25th that it drops.
Yeah.
I think the day before, May 24th, Halo drops. So it's just like, May's going to be fucking crazy with content. So I'm excited.
Ash, did you happen to catch the trailer?
I did. You guys kind of said everything. The thing I've always loved about Ewan McGregor is like, I've proven myself time and time again. So if you only know me as fucking Obi-Wan, cool, bro. Like, but I mean, some people only know me from Train Spotting. Like, I love people that are their characters. Like, not are their characters, like fucking what I said about George Clooney, but like, just embrace. There's no bad. There's no fucking, I need to do 50 other movies that make me not Obi-Wan. He doesn't have that in him. Like, so it's gonna be great. And I do like this world, and I didn't even think about that Han Solo thing. Like, as young as Luke looks, he didn't look that far off from. But how old is Luke supposed to be in the OG?
Late teenager.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
17, 18, because the next summer or next spring he wanted to join the
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. But then that would advance Ewan McGregor to look like Ellen. Like, if we're supposed to timeline this,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be all of a sudden 60.
True.
He
Right.
looked old because of the Force. He made him look like an old hermit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to. I understand.
Ash was like, yeah, no, I get
Like,
it.
I totally get it,
No,
man.
like your nerd, like no, like my nerd brain even been like, oh, that yeah, I could see that. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah, like you
I can
just
see that
adopt,
happening.
you just adopt the rationale.
Well, I mean, when they were blocked, when Mace was blocking the lightning, and it was turning him, the Emperor, old. Like, I thought maybe something, if we're going to accept this timeline bit. But other than that, I can give a fuck. I mean, you could do a million spring-offs. I know that's the wrong word, but
Spin-offs.
spin-offs. Thank you. Close enough. And I'm gonna be happy.
I'm just excited that we're getting Joel Edgerton to reprise his role as Uncle Ben, and I can't remember her name, but she came out in,
And Baru.
and she's reprising her role as Aunt Gru. Yeah, Theru. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. There's a certain scene in there where you see Obi-Wan and Uncle Ben walking by, and they make eye contact. So it's like, they're obviously aware of, they know each other, obviously, because at the end of Revenge of the Sith, you see Obi-Wan handing Luke over to them. So he's aware of it, but I want to see the relationship develop between Uncle Ben and Obi-Wan, because you can tell in A New Hope that, like, he doesn't, like, Uncle Ben doesn't want anything to do, doesn't want Luke to have anything to do with Obi-Wan. So I want to see that that relationship develop. I think that's what I'm super excited for. It was cool to see Luke sitting on top of the hut, like if he was pod racing. It brought back a lot of Anakin vibes, which was actually really cool.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I saw this post, and it was just like, this girl was saying, and like legit, like she was like crying because she's a hardcore Star Wars fan, and she goes, I didn't believe it when they said Star Wars was going to be a tale of Luke till his death. If you really think about it, we saw baby Luke at the end of Revenge of the Sith. We're getting adolescent Luke in the Obi-Wan series. We had Luke as a teenager, and then growing up in the original series, and then now in the sequels, or the Force Awakens and Last Jedi, all the way up until he turned into a Force ghost. I thought that shit was actually kind of cool. You know what I mean? Just to kind of think of it that way. It's like Star Wars is a story about Luke Skywalker, essentially, or the Skywalker line, which is, I think, pretty fucking cool.
I think I share with all of you guys as well in the thoughts of being excited. I'm definitely super excited that we get to see the Inquisitors live. That's something I've been waiting for. So can't wait. From May 25th, as you mentioned, 7 is going to be a busy month. And it's right around the corner. So speaking of things that we're going to be right around the corner, but no longer will be, is a lot of projects have been pushed back. To start off is Black Adam got pushed back 3 months. I read somewhere that it was because they put Super Pets to be released when Black Adam was going to be released. So that was on July 29th. So Super Pets will be released that day, and Black Adam gets pushed 3 months. The other movies that were delayed are The Flash to June of 2023, Aquaman to March of 2023, and Shazam to December of this year. What do we think of these delays? Does it matter? Do you think there's something to it? Is those like post-production kind of things, or maybe, yeah, go ahead, Luis.
I'm happy that there's delays on it because it felt very ambitious when Warner Brothers at the beginning of this year is like 2022 is the year of DC, and it like all the like movies that are coming out, and they're like really trying to make a statement like, yeah, DC, fuck you, like. And what worried me is like we haven't seen trailers to half of these movies that you're saying are going to come out, and I just got nervous that you're going to try to rush a project, which is the same mistake we keep making. Like it just keeps happening, and I'm the idiot that keeps going to these movies and defends them and finds little snippets of content that I like in it. So the idea that they're pushing it back excites me because they're looking at the creative team that's behind each of these projects, and if they feel that they need more time, they're giving them more time, you know. So it's like when you're baking a cake, like you don't take it out of the oven early. It needs to be finished, and if they're working on it, let them finish it. I will have my delicious Aquaman and Black Adam cake when it's ready.
Anyone else have any thoughts on cake or?
Cake is good.
Cake is delicious.
Some cake.
Red velvet's gross.
Shut
I'm wondering
the fuck up.
Get
How
out of
dare
here.
you.
Log off.
Log off. Oh.
To answer the question at hand, do I care? No. I wasn't like hard up to see these movies anyways, so if they get pushed back, okay, cool. It's not gonna affect anything. And I'm not like even going to see movies that I'm dying to see right now. So a movie that I half care about gets pushed back. All right, well, fuck it. I'll wait for it to come out on fucking HBO.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying, dude. I think after the news that the DC ended up pushing back the films, James Wan was the first one. He took a photo of his work desk at home, or his home office. The dude's got a sick setup. He's got like 4 monitors next to each other, and he's editing Aquaman. And he even put on there, he's like, I'm editing Aquaman, Aquaman 2, and on a side part, what he's also doing is editing a director's cut of Aquaman. So he even said, he's like, I'm super thankful that we have now more time where I can finish this the way that I want to finish it. So
isn't that a red flag already that he's cutting both movies and he has a director's cut out right now?
There's also that.
That's not good, right? That
probably the make the studio happy version and the one verse or one One-verse? That doesn't sound right.
One-verse. See,
One of us.
that's what I like about Reeves with the Batman. He has come out in multiple interviews saying that there is no other cut. There's no nothing. This is it.
Mhm.
This was
Yeah,
the
like
cut
that's-
that I wanted.
That's how it should be, right? I mean,
Much agreed.
Agreed.
Much agreed.
it
Yeah.
should be like, this is how I see it. If you want to get somebody else to do the fucking movie and do what you want, then you get that
Exactly.
fucking person, or
Yeah.
don't hire me to do this movie.
Like it wasn't like
Exactly.
shots fired at Snyderverse, the Snyder cut and all that, but like the way he said it, like it's like he was squashing the hashtags before they could even start. It's like,
Yeah.
this is my movie. This is my cut. He's like, there's one deleted scene that I will release later. He's like, but this is the cut, and we'll talk about that during our spoiler section of this episode. Stay tuned.
And it should be that, you know, but then it goes back, it always goes back to contracts and shit whenever the directors sign off for contracts. If there's not a clause in there for the director to have final say on there, the studio is going to end up putting their getting their grubby hands on it and saying you can't do that, or we don't want that, or we don't want this, and then we have another suicide shit going on, you know. And then we got people left and right, and David Ayer even saying there's another cut, that's not my movie type thing, you know. So yeah, to Luis's point, it's like he's squashing the rumors before they even start, and which is great, you know, and I'm happy for it. And after the film that I saw, I'm glad there's not another cut to it, you know. So yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up is that we always talk, or I always talk about the, you know, Tobey Maguire's third movie. There was Fuck You, Toby. But those were like, you know, those fucking our key demographic says that blah 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 are really big right now, and blah blah blah. Could you fit that in, and blah blah blah? And then you make them happy, then they fuck you over and take the fucking franchise away from you because they fucked up, but we don't know that. They blame the actor or they blame whatever, like fuck
Director.
Yeah, and it's all that bullshit to sell toys. That's what it is initially. It's to sell toys, you know. So that's what it is. Carmen, back to you.
I think we're at a point in our show where spoilers are to be upcoming. So if you have not yet watched the Batman movie, you should probably say goodbye and come back to this when you have watched it. But do come back, because the conversation, I am sure, is going to be exciting. And having said that, riddle me this. The less of them you have, the more one is worth.
Chandler, Monica,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Exactly.
Friends. Yeah.
Friends. So I will kick it off to
Kick it.
Luis. Tell us your thoughts.
I was hoping you'd go to me.
Sorry,
All right.
Luis, real quick. It's
Yeah.
funny because you're right when you're deciding who's gonna go. I feel like I said kick it, and like fuck you, fuck yourself. Like I fucked myself over. Sorry. Go ahead, Luis. I'm sorry. It just made me laugh. in my head.
I won't hit all the keynotes because I know you guys have comments on it. The thing that a lot of people are talking about, I wanted to address this because I saw this on an interview. There was an interview with IGN. There was an interview with the Collider that Matt Reeves did. Nearing the end of the film, the Riddler has a conversation with a untitled Arkham prisoner, which clearly seems to us that it's the Joker. When I was enjoying the whole film, when I saw that, my heart sank a little bit because I'm just like, God damn it, like leave him alone for a second, you know. And so I was a little bit withdrawn. And then I saw an interview with him, and he talks about it. He doesn't name it. He's like, there's the unnamed Arkham patient. He's like, so because it was well established at the very beginning of the film that he's 2 years in when he's doing his long Halloween monologue. It's like, Thursday, October 31st, you know, and he's just kind of going through that. He's like, I've been at this for 2 years, and he's like just explaining that. So what the director was explaining in this interview is that he wanted that scene, he left that there because he wanted to demonstrate that this is someone of Batman's past. Within the first 2 years of what we haven't seen, similar to, we know that Bruce's parents got murdered, but we didn't see it because the audience knows about it. This was his way of saying the Joker existed, but he just didn't go by the name the Joker. He met him in his infancy because the Batman villains, they up the ante when to like match Batman. They're like, oh, the theatrics, let we're gonna do crazy shit. So this is actually someone of Batman's past that's they've already had a run-in, which is why he's in Arkham. Is number one. So when I saw the movie a second time, and with that lens, and I very much see that, I'm like, oh, you're making it a point. Like at first I was afraid that it was like setting up for the following villain, but then in watching it a second time after seeing that interview, it's like, oh, no, you're assuring us that the story has been told. He may pop in at some point later, but it's like, oh, this is already a done story moving forward, so that people aren't like, what about Joker? Like, no, like, he's in jail. Now moving on. Oh god. As far as the possibility, IGN did another fucking great poll of the different inspirations of the comics for it, of like where it's gonna go. But before I go into that, I'll let it go around the room. I loved it. It was a great horror feeling movie. It's the Riddler was sloppy. Like when he's bludgeoning someone to death, he just looks like a panicked person that has no skill, and is just like fucking, as he's wailing on the dude with the blunt object. It's like, oh my god. And seeing the crime scene and Batman trying to like kind of piece it all together, fucking bloodshot eyes when he's looking at evidence, like it just looked very good, really good. God damn it. So yeah, I loved it. I can't wait for more.
Esteban, your thoughts?
Shit, I give it a 10 out of 10. I'm not even kidding. It was such a good film. I'm glad, like, this was a Batman where I was able to forget that there was any other Batman films. You know what I mean? Like, this stood alone by itself as its own original story. And the mere fact that it was able to do that, especially with the previous films before, Matt Reeves did a fucking fantastic job. Such a great job. Colin Farrell as the Penguin was phenomenal. You know, the actor that played Gordon was fucking fantastic. And is it just me, or does Matt Reeves just look like a fucking Commissioner Gordon? Does he not look like Commissioner Gordon with his mustache and everything, and the way he is?
100%.
You know, Zoe Kravitz was fucking perfect as Catwoman. I think she was way better than Anne Hathaway in as Catwoman.
Yeah.
I love the fact that yes, this is a grounded Batman. Love the fact that he had journals that he was writing in, you know, and it was called, and the cool thing is that throughout the entire thing, he doesn't call himself Batman. You know what I mean? Like, and no one really calls him Batman. You know, no one calls him Batman throughout the entire film. You know, the mere fact that the journals that he has, he's calling it the Gotham Project. That's what he's calling it. He's calling it the Gotham Project. You know, Gotham Project Year 2. Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, I am so excited, you know, to see more of that. For it to be almost 3 hours long, it did not feel like it was 3 hours long watching the film. It really didn't. There's one scene in the car chase scene was fucking fantastic. I'll circle back to it because I want to hear everybody else's thing, what everybody else thinks, because there's this one part where in my head it played differently in my head, and I was just laughing the entire time in my head. But yeah, whoever's next, Ash.
Um, I can't even think of what fucking Ben Affleck's Batmobile looks like. Because we were talking about the Batmobile, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. It's like a year one Batmobile. That's cool. But when that fucking thing revs up, I'm like, oh, that's the motherfucking Batmobile. And then as sturdy as that motherfucker is, like it looks like a Corvette, or it looks like something that's the hard shell body of something. But once it's going through everything that it's going through in the chase, gunfight, I'm not going to go through everything, but like, then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, like for sure. Once it makes sense that it got sleeker through the years, as opposed to the fucking Tumbler, like as opposed to, fucking the Keaton Batmobile, like, but yeah, it was cool. Did you guys notice? And I honestly feel like this is an homage to Batman Returns. Most times when Catwoman was shown, it was the same, like I'm not making a cat sound. I just don't know what fucking instrument they're using. It's like a little scream, but like a little,
like a violin type.
It's the same sound they use, like when Catwoman's busting up the fucking shop and then fucking whipping the fucking security guards. It's the same instrument that they use when this Catwoman shows up. When they played that, I was like, oh shit, like little things like that I caught. Again, I'm just taking it as homage because it just happens to be the same character. I loved it. I do feel like it's one of those like those comic books or those images where it's like Detective Batman.
Mhm.
That's how I saw his costume.
Yeah.
And I would say the second time.
Oh, very much like trench coat, like.
Yeah. Especially because of the collar and the like, it wasn't like, the normal, everything fits into the cowl. I really, really, really liked it. I liked everybody. Colin Farrell was very Robert De Niro, but again, it fits and I loved it. And at least he didn't try to do an English accent. And also the Iceberg Lounge. Like, I understand why there's a spinoff with him, because his fucking club is going to be so full of Carmen Falcones, the Maronis. There's going to be full of like, it's probably going to be like a weird where he's almost going to be the anti, like, I deal with everybody because I'm selling, but like, I'm not going to be the, like, you caught me again, Spider-Man, Batman. But very, very good. I love the story. Everybody fit. It was a great puzzle. They didn't bring in characters just to say, hey, I got Harley Quinn in it. Nothing like that. It was, it all just fit into a great puzzle. I loved, there is pain in the Riddler. He's not psychotic. He's telling you, this is fucking what made me. And then I kind of got another little vibe with, they didn't play it as like that, but like the Penguin, like, you and I are both the same, but you were born with this and I was born with this. It was very much the same. I'm going to give credit to Estevan in that it reminded me as well, but Estevan mentioned it as well. When he's behind I'm trying not to give spoilers. When Riddler is finally blah, blah, blah caught, he had the where are they moment. Where are they? Like when he's pounding on the glass, which is very reminiscent of, the Joker Batman. When he finds out, like, like I didn't even catch it till the second time that he didn't even know who he was. Like that's the only one we didn't catch. And I was like, when I saw it the first time, I kind of thought, well, how are they going to do a second one if everybody knows he's fucking Bruce, or if he knows he's Bruce Wayne, like he's going to always have that over him. But once I saw it, once I saw it again, I was like, oh shit! Like, and he and like Batman looks side eye, like fuck, you didn't know who I was the whole time. I thought you knew who I was. But great movie. I love it. With this movie, it made me realize I can appreciate all the Batman movies for what they are, because I went into Batfleck horrible. I loved it. I went into this going fucking Twilight's my Batman, and fucking I loved it. But in the build up to this, it was you got to see the Lighthouse, bro. You got to see this. You got to see these other artistic movies that he's done. Like, absolutely. Very, very good. He's done Twilight, but fucking A, to be honest, if all of us had a chance to do a fucking 7-movie deal and make millions of dollars, I don't think any one of us would say no. So if you fucking got a Sparkle in the Sun for that money, then fuck you. Sparkle in the Sun.
Bring the glitter on.
I don't want to be on a poll, but it's a thing.
Got it. As far as my thoughts, I love. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Proceed.
Is the floor mine? Thank you.
As long as you do that little hand gesture.
Yeah. I genuinely loved it. I think it was a great movie. I liked his portrayal of Batman. I like that we can see the actual pain where he has not really processed his trauma. And it's very evident when he sees the child that's featured in the movie and how he's connected to him in a way where it's like, I see myself in you. And so like, I know what you need. And like, I'm going to try to be that for you by saving you in this manner, even though like, I know that you're going to go through some shit because I'm going through that currently. So I like that connection with the child. I also like the same connection with the Riddler because he kind of played on that, you know, the orphan and like it's supposed to be about the orphans, but it was never about the orphans. So I like the connection between the three characters because I thought there was an arc there that it was done beautifully. Just, you know, to see different orphans, but in a different way, and how it could play out for all of them and how they're handling it. I also liked how, I want to say like rough and tumble that it was for him, because like he's very young and being Batman, or you know, a vigilante, so he's kind of like trying to express himself and then trying to still figure out like what is it that I'm willing to do, what am I not willing to do, right? And like when Gordon stops him when he's like beating that guy, and then he's just like, like, you're right, I need to fucking stop. I thought that was cool. I thought that was beautifully done. I agree with all of you that Zoe Kravitz was amazing in this movie. She really was. I appreciated the fact that their relationship wasn't like overdone, like over sexualized, like it tends to be like when you have a female male kind of character portrayal like that. I appreciated that. They didn't over sexualize her either, so which I thought was chef's kiss, as I say. I appreciated that as well. I do agree with you, Ash. I think you mentioned that the Robert De Niro likeness to the character.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I kind of like Robert De Niro in all the gangster movies like that. So obviously, we all of us do. So I truly appreciated that. It was like a nod, and so I thought that was also super cool. but overall, I love the movie a lot. I knew we all had heard the reviews and how great it was going to be. I was expecting it to be great. I just was shocked on how great it was to what my expectation was, and which I appreciate, right? Like we always appreciate that it's above what we expected. But please, I know that we kind of just wanted to get all of our thoughts. So if there's anything else that please, Luis, go ahead.
To be fair, Ash, I saw Ash do the thumb thing, so I know he had something to say. I'll let him go first.
For the people that say I don't want an emo Batman, this motherfucker had one is year 2, and then his parents died, it's year 2 of being Batman, sorry. But there was a very keen part when he sees his dad on screen and he dead stops. Like fucking dead stops. Like there's little, yeah, bro, I'm very, very much still dealing with it. And then when Catwoman says what she says about her own parents, like, you're like, of course, like fucking, I don't know, man. Like, I get it, and the people that are gonna judge because they think it's a fucking Keanu thing, and then like nobody liked Keanu until he was fucking John Wick. Like, judge what you're gonna judge, and then fucking jump on board because whatever. It's cool to be a fan now. But yeah, there was that, and then we did mention the Robert De Niro thing, but it's very, very nitpicky. It's me having to look for things that are wrong. Even playing the Riddler psychotic. Somebody asked, what the fuck, since when has Riddler been psychotic? Like, there's fucking stories in the graphic novels, and then 2, like, I also have an awesome nod where everything that was written in green kind of made me feel like Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham whatever. Like, this way, like, him showing up on screen felt very Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, because he always shows up on screen. There was one more thing that was said, but and that's what the second thing was about. But go ahead, Luis.
This isn't what I was initially going to say, but as far as being nitpicky, the actor Paul, what's his name? Paul Dano. When they finally, and I know you say you don't care, Andres, but
I'm good.
I still feel like I still apologize. He gets unmasked at the end, like, so the whole movie he's with the mask, which his voice acting and his body language is great, but when he takes off his mask and you see the facial expressions that go with it, chilled me to the bone. Like, and I would have loved to see more of him unmasked, like, because like even when he's getting arrested and like you can see the officers inflicting pain on him, and he has like that weird sadistic smile as he's getting cuffed at the coffee table, and he's like looking over at Batman. Like, I was like, god damn. Like,
but before I thought it was like oh, like this was all part of my plan, which it kind of was, but at the same time it was kind of like, because of the fucking scene, like it was like, it's all gonna work in his head. It's all gonna work out now. Like, you've come to kind of take on the second part of my plan. Like, oh, it was good. Like, dude, again, it was watching it another for me to be like, boom.
And that's how it was for me. But the 2 things that I wanted to talk about here, when I immediately raised my hand, one of them being at the very end of the film when Catwoman's leaving Gotham and she's like, you should leave too, this city's gonna kill you, and he's like, I'm gonna stay. He's like, she's like, come with me. And the line that she gives, oh, I forgot, you're spoken for, when she sees the bat.
Great
signal.
Fucking line.
Because his obsession is the city. Like, and so in many storylines, he never lives a happy life because Gotham is always his priority, and so just kind of there, and they don't kiss, they just kind of look at each other, and you can see the tension, feel the tension, and she's like, all right, well, he's like, where would you go? So I'm going to Bloodhaven. Bloodhaven Okay, I see a couple nods. That is where the circus is. I know it's a traveling circus where Dick Grayson and the Flying Graysons, and so that's where Dick Grayson's family dies in Bloodhaven. So, or at least that's where the circus is centered, but I believe it was traveling to Gotham and something like that. But in any case, depending on the rendition that you see, so the exciting piece is part two. It's like, are they gonna? They can potentially connect those dots. That's number one. That I was like, oh my god, like that's cool. And then number two, me and my buddy got into an argument out of the theater. The scene where he gets shotgun blasted and he's like about to pass out and he gets the adrenaline that's brightly colored green.
Yeah.
And I think you guys know where I'm going with this. It's like the director did everything so specifically. Nothing is a coincidence. And I'm not going to believe that there was a coincidence to something. My buddy is like, oh no, it was adrenaline. It was adrenaline that he did. I'm like, I don't buy it. A brightly colored green adrenaline. No, that was fucking Venom. That was a trial version of Venom that maybe wasn't released out to the public yet. Like, I don't think it's the same Venom that Bane uses, because that's like a super dose or whatever. But I do feel it's a version of it because I think it was someone that was talking about it that when Gordon like, hey, back off, like, because he gets into a rage and he's just like fucking pounding this dude's face, like flattens his face, like Jesus. So I'm like, dude, that's fucking Venom. And there's a storyline where he Batman gets addicted to Venom, like because he's pushing his body to the limit and he can't keep up, and so he starts taking experimental drugs, which later turn into Venom, and then he has to kind of wean himself off of it. And I can totally see this, as dark and gritty as this Batman universe is. I can see that, like him taking fucking supplements to try to keep his body going, and then having to like go through withdrawals and like kind of get off of it. Like, I don't know. Like, I know that probably sounds a little too dark, and I'm not saying I want darker, like nothing like that, but just I can see that as a possibility. I can see like Bloodhaven, I can see that. And then the last thing I'm going to say, this is just an observation on the fighting. The Christian Bale fighting it was like, we saw Year Zero when he was putting the suit together. And then the scene where he jumps off the rooftop after he talks to Gordon and he like hurts his shoulder and he's like, I want a cape. But then you see him in the bat suit and automatically, I'm a badass. And I'm untouched in Batman Begins anyway. I'm untouched. I just knock out all these dudes with that awesome martial art with just elbows and knees and stuff. And it looked fucking awesome. In this one, though, like, it's year two, but he still fights like a rookie. Like, he takes fucking licks and he stumbles and he gets hurt. Like, and it just felt more real. It felt raw. And like when he, at the end of the night, when he's taken out, like you'll see, like when he goes to the funeral, he has a busted eye.
Yeah, he's a black eye.
Yeah, and then you see him like when he's trying to figure out like the puzzles with Riddler. When he takes off his shirt, he's got like bruises on his back. Like, but like even in the opening scene when when all the thugs like surround him, like when he takes a hit, like he stumbles and then but he immediately like kind of bounces back and then goes. Yeah. So I loved seeing that human side of him. Like, oh, he's not unbeatable. Like he's like taking these licks and he's still pushing forward and all that. And it's just Jesus Christ.
The glider part is how I took the splunking.
Yeah.
When like oh shit, now I know never to do that again. Like I know never to do like this specific mistake again. Like,
yeah,
you know
that was his first time trying it. Like you see it.
Yeah. And then I even felt that when he was walking away, I felt like Tobey Maguire when he
my back.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, very, very good. Very, very, very good. Oh, I do feel like when the way the suit comes together is almost like, I keep bringing this up, like the video game. Remember when he puts on the suit and it's like it clicks onto itself? You know, like there's this muscle, but then it's like into the suit. I don't know. I said this to Stefan. It was kind of weird where like there was shotguns and there was this, and some things kind of took him out, and other things, I'm standing right here, and it's like the fucking hallway scene, which we saw in the trailer, like just shooting them all up, and he's fucking fine. But there's other things that are like that kind of hurt more. I'll say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he took a shotgun point blank.
No. I'm talking about when they.
I got you.
Yes.
Right before the chase scene.
Yes.
And then like knocked him down or whatever. Yeah. There were some inconsistencies there. Like,
but
you can make an argument that like one of them was a submachine gun, the other one was bigger rounds, like it was assault rifle.
The penguin part, when he starts walking towards him, he starts shooting like a gangster, like, oh dude, fucking beautiful, like I'm coming to you, and I'm going, but it was very not Robert De Niro, what am I trying to say, like it's very like main character-y. I'm very calm, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And when he's walking towards the thugs, and you hear like his fucking combat,
the heavy footsteps, yeah,
dude. I'm like, oh, you're in it now.
The eye contact when they first see each other, did you kind of feel like, oh shit, that's on? Like, yeah, it's on, right? Like, oh yeah, we're yeah, you're getting under this suit for sure, dog.
And it was surprisingly funny also, as dark as it was. Like I was laughing throughout the film, like, because it was like heavy tension. It wasn't like uncalled for humor though. It was just a very like a little like, and like the scene we saw in the trailer when he's talking to Selena Kyle, he's like, you have a lot of cats. Like, it came in such a perfect, they're talking about the murder of her friend, and it's like they're going back and forth, and then it's like you just like makes the comment. Or even when Gordon tells him, he's like, you're gonna punch me in the face, like when he gets all in his clothes, like, so gives him the key, and he's like, you're gonna go through the sunroof, like, you know, it's like explaining to it, like, I don't know, I thought that kind of stuff.
But also in the even in that serious moment, there's that's one of the guys that I dealt with, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Oh my god.
As you're telling me this, there's the other thing that's happening, and then everything, every character is a piece of this fucking movie. Even that guy that's in 3 like solemn scenes, and that guy is like, it's like almost Where's Waldo. Like every crucial scene, like it's me. And then even at the end, like fuck, it's such a good fucking movie. And then the fucking part where she jumps off the whatever, and because you kind of, again, for me, Arkham City, like, you know, Batman grapples everywhere and she whips everywhere. Like the thing when she jumps off.
The scene where she's in the Iceberg Lounge with the fucking contacts, and he's like trying to give her direction,
and
she
uses it. Oh,
he's like, look at him. She's like, if I do, he's gonna come over. He's like, I need faces. He's like, there, you happy? Like, she knew like this creep was gonna come.
They already had that really, like, the fucking eye contact scene was like they both knew they're done. Like, and that was the beginning of the no part, was the beginning of how Batman's in control of everything. Whether you're going fucking Robin, you go here, Nightwing, you go here. Like, I felt that was the beginning of the
he's taking control of it.
Yeah.
See,
and the users are too good. So good.
But he's
Daniel Andreas, you should have seen it.
He's borderline a piece of shit too. Like, the first words he tells Alfred when he wakes up, it's like,
you lied to me,
like, motherfucker, like, yeah. But what I do love about that, and you know, and he later does say, he's like, I thought I was over fear, but the fear of losing someone I care about, you know, is very alive.
Hey, that wasn't Jerry from Succession, right? Millie or whoever the fucking chick was. That wasn't Jerry from Succession, was it?
No, that wasn't.
No.
Okay.
What I'm excited about is because in this first film we saw no growth for Bruce Wayne. That just sky is the limit wherever we go from here. Like he, like a fucking 3-hour movie, 2.5 hours. We saw him suited in the bat suit. The only time he was not in the bat suit was in the fucking
the funeral. And then when he goes to go see Carmine at the
That's right.
Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah.
They even made the twins a thing.
Oh yeah.
Whether the 3 different entrances, and then like, because it was all. See, I told you, like, there's, oh my god, that's even comedy in itself.
Yeah.
In that he picked 3 different ways to enter this same club.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the first time they meet, he's like, you're gonna get blood on your suit. He's like, mine or yours. Like,
I was just when you said that, I'm like, motherfucker.
I was that loser laughing like with little scenes like that. I'm like,
I laughed at things too. Like, it was weird because, like, okay, the one that I would give it up to is the flipped over, walked out, and the fire, and he walks at whatever. Like, I give, of course, that's
okay.
Batman scene. Yes.
So here's my thing with that, and in my head, like, as they did the slow, like, okay, he walked out of the Batmobile, which, by the way, was all practical. That none of that shit CGI. So anyone that's thinking CGI, that entire chase scene, not CGI, especially when the car's jumping out of the fire. So this is how it played in my head, and I thought it was fucking hilarious, and I was laughing in my own head. So he's walking out with the fire, and the penguin's upside down, and then how Batman gets underneath. Like, I swear to God, like, I was just like, I've been trying to reach you about your extended warranty.
There is a very much I've been trying to reach you that I want to make that into a skit. The Riddler says that, and then I want to, like, there is a very much of that scene, but sorry, behind the scenes, but
no, for sure, no, but it's like that movie was on par where it's just like, yeah, we didn't see Bruce at all, and I love the fact that you can see how focused he was in the project, or in the Gotham project. You know what I mean? How focused and how driven he was to go ahead and do that. A lot of the gripes that I heard in people watching the trailer, they're like, oh, like, Batman's, like, what makes Batman so menacing and creepy is that you don't see that he's wearing armor. You know, he's like, his suits, you know. Right. No, but that's what they're saying, you know, and that's the things that I heard, like, you know, in reactions to the trailer. But it's like,
even Keaton, remember when the putting the gun against his, what is that, putty? Like, that one. No, homie. Sorry, go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, like, watching the film, it's like, okay, it's his second year doing this. It's like, of course the motherfucker's gonna be armored, bro. Like, there's no way that he's not gonna be armored, you know. Like, there's no way, you know. And I told this to Ash, and I was kind of like laughing too at the end where Batman unlocks the final video. Okay. And I was hilarious. I'm just like, what the fuck? Where Riddler goes, hey guys, thanks for the comments. And I'm just like, yeah, and I'm just like, do we fucking sound like that when we're asking people for likes and comments and shit?
Yeah.
Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the likes. It's been real nice. Just like, what the fuck? The comments like, don't forget the saran wrap. Don't forget. Like, none of that makes sense. And then it does. Because they're fucking on their own creating that. Yeah. What you're gonna see, but you could absolutely miss it if you're not looking at the comments.
Yeah. And I love the fact that a few times people were able to figure out, like, if they just dug a little bit deeper, they would have figured out he was Bruce Wayne. Like, Catwoman almost figured it out, you know. The Riddler almost fucking figured it out. You know,
you must have been born rich.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just like, fuck, dude. Like, I really want to go watch it again. I really do.
Me too.
And
I want to do IMAX. Some Rigo said that it's bomb in IMAX. I'm kind of
down.
Yeah, I saw the first time I saw it was in IMAX, and then the last hour, because I saw it like later, I wasn't as focused, and so I picked. No. It's just like, I think I didn't nod off, but like, it was one of those where you had to kind of like sit up, because it's like, oh man, like, just to kind of make sure that I don't miss anything. And because the second time around, like, I picked up so many little nods that I didn't pick up, which I hate to use this adjective, but it's just delicious in a movie like this. It's like, you watch it 5-6 times, and you keep picking up new things, and it's like it's so rich and
Yeah,
delicious.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, don't
There's
use
so
that
many
again. Thanks.
There's so many things in Marvel, like I don't get, like all the little Easter egg. Like this one, the more I saw it, the more like, oh, like I said, the comments thing. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Nobody else heard that. Dun 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 dun. Nobody else heard that.
No, I heard it.
Right? Like it kind of looks like it was Keaton, not Keaton. Every Batman, I can't say Val Kilmer and Clooney, but like Elfman knew this, and this is that Batman, and this is, you know, even fucking the cartoon and this Batman, or the fucking no, I won't say jungle music, but like more the tone that Christopher Nolan had with that Batman. And then this one also has, they've all chosen like these grandiose soundtrack sounds. Like it's fucking beautiful. Like they all know.
The score in this film was fucking amazing.
It was the score was on point. It was on point. The songs that they ended up picking, fucking on point, man.
The Nirvana
one was fucking a masterpiece.
Did you see the remix of Batman Returns when Alfred puts the he had on the disc and Keaton put it in the whatever, and they're listening to Something in the Way?
Yeah,
it's awesome. You know what I'm talking about? I know. Luis, do you know what I'm talking about? Batman Returns, when they're they're fucking
they're listening to that.
It's hilarious.
But here's the thing. That if you guys don't get a chance to catch the Batman in theaters, it's going to be on HBO Max April 19th.
Very good call.
That's pretty quick.
And I will be watching that.
I will be watching it again. It'll be a
lot.
So Andres, do not fret, sir. April 19th.
It's not that far away.
No, sir, not at all.
Not at all. Any final thoughts, guys?
I would love to see Mr. Freeze in the sequel. If Matt Reeves gets to do it the way that he wants to, I would love to see Mr. Freeze.
If they do Court of Owls.
It's looking like that's a possibility too, by the way.
Right, especially with the Sins of the Father shit.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
And did anybody notice the Hush spray painted on the walls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, Hush is people are familiar with the Hush storyline.
Look it up.
So we're not explaining it right now, but in the Hush storyline,
do you want this to be grounded, or do you think like we'll get into not Superman but Clayface? Like,
there's the big question, because if we go Freeze, then that goes a little bit more towards the metahuman route, or same with like if we do Poison Ivy. But if it wants to stay grounded, then Hush or like a Calendar Man feel like the obvious choices. Like Calendar Man, I think
Victor Zsasz should be fucking a horror movie Batman.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Zsasz should be fucking horrible. Like almost seven, like Batman in the movie 7.
Yeah.
You know who I think would play a perfect Victor Zsasz? Justin Theroux.
Him?
I think he would play.
If they didn't use him for Gotham, the guy that has yes, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Because he has like he has great comedic timing, as well as kind of fucking really looks like him, like with prosthetics and like the stuff.
Right.
You see, he could be really good. I'm sad that I think of it because of that, but he is Zsasz in Gotham, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
you're right.
Oops, but yeah, fucking that crazy style could be fucking dope.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, it seems like, yes, Ash, it seems like there's something.
No, I am done. I was thinking of how much we fucking geeked out on the movie, but like, it's just like,
can't help it.
I think we geeked out more on this movie than fucking No Way Home, to be honest. And there was a lot more, I don't know if it was the expectation.
Funny you say that. I was comparing that also, but it's very different.
And we were still like low key about it because one of us hasn't seen it. So like we were trying to be at least you can't place what we're talking about. Kind of. Yeah. You gotta shut me up, Carmen. Just be like fucking The Rock says, like, I'm good.
But then I start talking, and then you also start talking. So it really doesn't matter whether I say stop or not.
I thought you were gonna say it doesn't matter what you think.
Yep.
I like get it, Carmen.
Carmen says, "Shut the fuck up and let her finish the show."
Just because you want
to. I want to go to sleep. But no, I do want to hear everybody's thoughts that listens to us, because I'm sure that you all have seen the movie, or if you haven't seen the movie, you'll probably tell us when you do see it. But nonetheless, from what you heard, and you should have not heard this because you should have stopped watching it and then gone to go watch the movie. Tell us what your thoughts were. What did you like? What worked for you? What was your favorite part of it? You heard us a whole almost hour conversation on the breakdown of the movie, on what our thoughts were. And I'm sure that we will be talking about even more as the coming weeks go by, because we'll probably rewatch it again and find more things that we've missed and we haven't talked about. So don't fret, we will catch up. And for now, that's it. Please comment, subscribe, like, interact with us because we love it. So good night, good morning, and thank you for listening. Goodbye. We are comics and we are
everywhere.